Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Hope you're having a great day. We are going to Vodreview Diamond Kiriko main, looking for tips to improve and climb. So let's start with writing with that we are going to review it. We'll post highlight when it's done. Feel free to join, ask questions. Okay, let's go. Heroes Kiriko, Diamond 3, Route 66, code. Copied, a polar bear. Been grinding support this season after not playing too much since season 1. And the original Overwatch, of course. Looking for some tips on how to improve and hopefully reach Master. As I understand it, there is a large gap between a Diamond and a Master player, and I would love whatever tips I can get to improve. I think I do a decent job of balancing my poke and healing, but struggle with balancing Suzu usage. Definitely room for improvement in all departments. I closed a match I thought was pretty close and where I think I had a few opportunities to change the course of fights. Any comments or suggestions appreciated. So from a Diamond Kiriko, I expect to be somewhat a little bit aggressive on off angles and fending off things that come to off angles, so deny some angles, force a little bit of HP from enemies, while also being able to turn and look where all teammates are, and somewhat a decent ult usage and somewhat a decent Suzu placement. But of course we expect that not everything is precise as it should be. We just expect that the general understanding of Kiriko is there from a Diamond player. Let's see, Polar Bear. So here is where we start. So one thing written on screen. Thank you, Nasty. Let's remove the on screen so you actually see something. Now it should be fine, right? We can turn on our dark filter. Let's look at the saturation is too high. Okay, we look at it normally without the dark filter. So what I see here is instantly that you are positioning right behind your tank. And while this is a good idea on this point, I hope we will see better positioning later on, because of course, if you position right behind your tank, you can only shoot forward, which means the enemies decide who you can attack. But you want to be the other way around. You want to decide who you headshot and when you headshot it, and not your enemies that can run into your line of sight or avoid it. So let's see if it gets better. So first things first, we peek wide, we peek right into the Widow. Before we have any information, this of course, yeah, be a little bit more precise on this ones.
Like a gentle rain.
You look around before you heard the single shot. Okay. So what did we see? We saw a soldier on high ground that might get troubled. Like Aero is kinda safe, soldiers kinda not. And this shows the second principle of what I like for supports, is that you try to support what is actually aggressive on the front and is endangered. Mostly. So ideally, you would have been with your soldier and you would heal a soldier without using teleport onto soldier. It's better to start front and TP back to heal your second support, because he's more likely to be safe, than it is to teleport now to soldier, even though he's dead, so there is no healing required. And this death of soldier is totally on you. First thing is, you did not contest this high ground, which is very important to contest. Second thing is, you did not help your soldier, which is the aggressive part that is probably going to take damage. Like both supports now can only heal the Sigma, but what is Sigma going to do? Well, he's by the shield, he has his suck ability, so he is not in need of your healing. So really, this first death is already new, and this is like mostly on positioning. Like your general idea of where you start the fight. Now I have to say, this is of course a little bit one of the trickier parts what to position here, because if you are up here, you can get headshotted and killed by Widow. Like if you try to peek the tunnel, you peek everything, so you have to be kind of close range, which sucks. The big but is, I would still recommend to try to do a little bit of whatever you can. Like, You can wall climb a little, you can listen, you can look around this pillar even with wall climbs. Like jump from here, wall climb, go here and stuff. Just test out the waters, how far you can go. So you start, for example, you start the fight here, you listen to the enemies, do you hear a widow hook, do you hear a wall climb, what do you hear? And then you decide if you can peek or not. If you can peek, you try to do a few of headshots, like jiggle peek, just a corner, together with a soldier. And then of course if that, okay, you cannot peek, you can also just fall back and heal a soldier. Or fall back and shoot from here and look up again. But just keep the most aggressive angle inside, and it is better to occasionally climb up this pillar and ding once and then fall down again than to do nothing at all.
Thank you so much.
So, like even if your soldier overextended and died there, it was an opportunity to headshot the enemy soldier once and get more ult charge. And of course, there's always an option to actually be back here and actually define the corner from here. Because of course, if you're here, they can also not push inside, and soldier is also more safe. And of course, you get free kills on the widow and stuff. With good cover usage. But that is a little bit for you to test out. How aggressive can you be against the widows on your level? Like I understand that after you saw the widow, you would not peak there, but you kind of started low ground with your Sigma, so you started there. So there wasn't really a decision. You just started there. And so I can tell you right away that my recommendation for your entire game will be that you position more aggressively. Like even this. Like now you're on main. This is firstly where all enemies expected, and second you have to fight everything. You want to decide what do you fight. So if you see these enemies, what would you like to fight? Well, either the most right thing, which is a soldier, or the most left thing, which is a widow. What you do not want to do is just dump shots into the Sigma, because that does nothing. So either you go for the right side and see if you find an angle on the soldier where you can annoy him, like shoot soldier, heal a little bit, shoot soldier, heal a little bit. Like make him pay to cover this area. Like, he will still push your way, of course, he will win, but it costs him time, it costs him HP, it costs him whatever. It's not for free, but right now he can walk around for free wherever he wants. Or you decide left side, and then you can go up here and contest the widow, see if you can do something for your Sigma, contest the widow, maybe you can drop here, heal your Sigma, climb back up, shoot the widow sometimes. Like, it doesn't need to be much. It doesn't need to be always. It's not like you need to shoot. But you know, just occasionally a little bit. But what can you do from here? Really? Let's see what you do from here. Like, it's now fully up to the soldier if he wants to peek you or not. And for some reason he decides that he doesn't want to, I don't know why, but... Like, you see this? They can just stand and wait and chill and are totally safe from you. This is their decision, not your decision. And this is what I dislike. Like, of course, you would have decided to not engage that. Don't understand me wrong, you would not engage this. But it needs to be an active decision, and it needs to be an option that you had in the first place. And you did not give yourself this option. Turn around, this is good. Go and kill something. Don't waste your time on this guy. Again. And now your entire team is here. So now you need to, okay, well, you saw your own team, you saw Sigma go high ground, you saw your wife lever, you saw your Reaper. Now, where do you get value? Well, pressure the widow a little bit. Again, don't just pick her once and shoot her once and then go another angle. So that he does at least for 3 seconds she's disturbed. Like, go and shoot the soldier in the head because she has no mercy. Like, you see no beam, you hear no beam. Go and ding the soldier once in the head. Like, you see this? Like, you could have just instantly walked and really just one-on-one him at this stage. Now they're busy, perfect. Now you see, okay, now left angle is free because the people are bound there, there's a tank, so you can go up here and annoy these guys. Have options. But you make it very easy for the enemies to avoid you. Like, because you just stand here on main like a tank, basically. And now we shoot the tank because it's, again, easy and convenient. But... Again, it's also the most convenient for the enemies to heal. So while it is the most convenient for you to damage, it's also the most convenient for the enemies to heal. And this is okay to not throw, but this is not enough to carry. So a widow. Know where she is, go and kill her. Like, at this point, you can even go back here and kill the wife lever. Look. Okay. And again, we choose just absolute passive positioning. Absolute passive positioning. Like just behind your tank, just in safety, you know? Like a bronze player picking Moira and just left clicking, doing a 360 helicopter has the same value as you. But you want to climb to masters, you need more value than you cannot be outplayed by a bronze Moira. But if you just stand there and heal, you are kinda outplayed by a bronze Moira. And honestly, you asked about Suzu's, but right now there wasn't really an opportunity where Suzu would have mattered anyway. Okay, we skip to a random next fight. Let's see. I like this a lot. This was good. Okay. Random Suzu. I don't even know why you used it. It was completely random. Random teleport? Why do you want this angle? Like soldier is on this angle, so for you it's good to be at this angle, so you have two angles. Like for you it would be better to have this angle. Because then, well, you can shoot at look. Like from here yeah, well, you maybe can. But from here you have an even better angle. Climb up here. You can walk onto this thing, shoot from here. You can continue to walk around and use this, stand on this edge and use this shoot as cover and shoot them from here. Like you can create a second angle to soldier. Wipe out to him. What are you healing? This kid's full HP. You asked about Suzu. Your Suzu is on cooldown because of a random action, and now you don't have it here. So of course Reaper ults is one of the big things you can Suzu. But this is more about ult tracking. Like you need to track the ult and you need to know that Reaper has ult, and then you can Suzu it. But this is something you have to consider for yourself if you want to train ult tracking to Suzu Reaper ults. Like you just need to know, okay, which of the enemy ults can you Suzu?
Thanks for the heal.
And then you just need to be prepared.
My ultimate is almost ready.
But again, I didn't see a single angle where I would say, oh, it's easy to headshot from this angle. Like you really want to get to an angle where it's easy to headshot. Like, of course, if I have a random position somewhere on the map, like a pro Kiriko would still land headshots. But you know, if I have a bronze player and I want to teach him how to aim, I start with crosser placement. Put your crosser somewhere where the enemies will be and then aim from there. Don't flick across your entire screen. Make aim easy first and learn the easy shots, and then you can evolve from there. But right now, every headshot to try is a difficult one. Like the soldier on the stairs from the main angle where he's really prepared. Like he expects shots from this direction. You know what I mean? Like soldier will not die to this angle because he's expecting shots from this angle, and he can just go to cover while getting healed. Like he will not die. Because again, a little bit iffy situation because you kind of need to go across, but you actually can just literally go across and jump up here, and punch the soldier from here, climb up, look at targets you can punch from here. Like what are they going to do? Like be a little bit more aggressive. I like this one. Also the Suzu. Again, you kind of dropped, but you kind of didn't really finish. So again, this is good. You go aggressive on the Reaper. But now, what is the target you should push now? The tank who is prepared to get punished because he has block and armor and getting healed by Wife Lever, or should you maybe just climb up to soldier and just one-on-one him in close range? What do you think has a higher return value? This teleport, of course, unluckily failed. It's a little bit bad luck. But this is really the main thing for you. Get to positions where you can actually headshot stuff. I didn't want to skip third point entirely.
Ready.
Wanted to see the... Here. Okay, what is the situation? Okay, so you are pushed back, your entire team is here. You are Moira. By the way, the same thing applies to Moira to some degree. So one thing I have to say, you didn't have to switch, you just have to headshot better. It's really after this engagement you switched, right? Yeah, this is after the engagement you switched. Okay, understand. So, oh, man, what's going with the scrolling today? So I'm very sorry, I'm kind of lost in scroll bar. Okay, so right about here. What is the situation? Well, we have a Reaper, a Junker Queen, a Wife Lever with balloon on the back. So what can we do as Moira? Like, imagine you can do whatever you like on this map. Like, imagine you have god powers now. What would you do? Well, either you go up here and annoy the heck out of soldier, like right-click orb him, and when he patches you, you fade back to your tank and heal your tank. Or you go to this high ground, and here you can heal your tank and right-click whatever you want, like the Wife Lever or the Lucio. Would be both positions you can totally survive as Moira on these levels. But instead, we just heal. And they apply zero pressure onto the enemies and they overrun us. Like again, you faded back to safety, yes, was nice. But you could have also faded to this high ground and right-click the soldier, annoy him, and work from here and drop down to health pack. And then work again around here. Like, just be a little bit more aggressive. Pressure them a little bit more. Not really you can do much. Your team would have gotten clapped anyway because of just the ults. Like the enemies used 2 or 3, like 3 big ults. Like you will lose this anyway. But just your general mindset is very, very passive. Yeah, really not much we can do here. Yeah, so the enemies just had ult advantage. Why did they have ult advantage? Because of actions before, where we did not. Well, we were too passive, in my opinion. I mean, what do we see here? Like, can we not be up here and right-click the soldier a little bit so he is forced to shoot us and we auto heal? Like, you can shoot the soldier until you're low, then fade out and be here again, and then continue whatever you're doing right now. Like, can you really not apply a single shot onto the soldier while healing? And now your team needs to clear this off angle. But again, your team is already clearing this off angle. You can be here and clear this off angle. As Kiriko. Yeah, you're doing it perfect. This is a little bit difficult, but in between shots, try to look around. Like if you, kind of, I expect a Diamond Kiriko or Master Kiriko to be able to heal your team, shoot at the enemies once. Heal your team, shoot at something of the enemies. Heal your team, shoot the enemies, and do this rotation. This camera movement is a little bit awkward, I understand. But that skill is kind of required because you have this type of half-half positioning always. So it's a good skill to have high APM in rotating around, basically. So again, you're just stacking behind your entire team on the main. Like, even just being here and handling the Wife Lever would be a lot more value. Like, you can literally climb up this one and work from here. Again, doesn't matter much because your team is currently winning. But the thing is that if your team is losing or winning, it mostly does not depend on you. And this is what you want to fix. You want it to be dependent on you. Either your flank succeeds and you win, or your flank fails and you lose a team fight. That's a perfectly teachable situation. I don't know. I kinda would have not been so scared here. Like you jump and you're already disengaging backwards in a linear fashion. Like I would go forward and try to headshot her and then port out with my teleport actually, and not just fall backwards. Now you clear the high ground and you don't still have your teleport. Then you do a little bit of something while being very safe. Like you see how your Bastion dies. Well, you're totally safe. Like you have all your cooldowns. You know what I mean? I would literally just go and annoy the Mei a little bit longer, like run into Mei. Win this, try to win the 1-1 against Mei. Give yourself a chance to win this team fight. Don't start instantly running away just because the Mei attacks you. Just kill her, literally. And yeah, well, if she hits your shots, well, so you turn around, TP, and you work from here. Then you have healings, then you have Suzu, but you're already on high ground. You're not in some random cave with half value where your shots cannot even reach properly. Like, I know, it looks very passive to me. Everyone just died. We watched one more situation, I think, and then we call it a day.
Group up with me.
Now again, where are we going? Again to the furthest away corner of the map where we are totally safe and to do nothing. Like, take this suspect, go around this flank, shoot the soldier, you can wrap around, go to this suspect, and you can always just from here, you know, be in cover. Like, use this thing as cover, shoot the soldier, shoot the Mei, or both, I don't know. Heal, shoot, heal. If they pressure you, wait a little bit until your self-heal applies, and then you continue shoot, heal, shoot, heal. Like, you don't need to be so far away. Like, you have no option to do any pressure whatsoever. Like, if you just exist on this pillar and you just stand in here, and there is an enemy soldier up here, and he knows you are there. Like, his soldier needs to be scared of you, because whenever soldier peeks here and dodges this way, well, he's dodging a straight line to you, and you have an easy headshot. The soldier needs to be scared. But he doesn't need to be scared of you now, because you are far away. Like, really be more aggressive. Really force situations where you're forced to TP out into safety. Really to find your limits to how hard can you actually off angle and pressure and shoot, heal, and then TP back to your team. Really find your limit of how aggressive you can be with your teleport. Use your teleport. It has a 6-second cooldown. Use it every 10 seconds to get to safety. Really learn that, like, know where your team is, go on off angle, shoot until you are 150, 100 HP, and then rotate, port out. Like, really train this, be aggressive and port out. This would be my recommendation. Be more headshot focused. Like, it's not about aim, it's about your position that denies yourself value from your shots.
Nice to know you have my back.
I mean, really, the Suzu and stuff really doesn't matter much. Like you have 4 ults here. Why are you not engaging the fight with ult? Because you're very passive from your swords. You're just thinking very, very passive. Like, you need to think like a killer. Hunt them. You're not the prey. You are the one that does the killing. Make the Mei run away from you. Then she will have a scuffed ult. Like, headshots, like Mei was shooting you, just instantly run away. Like here, oh, Mei is shooting, oh, I need to get out. No, you don't need to get out. Mei needs to get out. Not you need to go. Mei needs to go. Hydra needs to say, oh, damn it, it's this killer Kiriko again, I better run away. Otherwise I will die. This is what Mei needs to think. No, Mei should not be here thinking, oh, there's a free food polar bear, I shoot him. No, Mei needs to be scared of you. Not the other way around. Like, really find the limit of how hard you can actually kill the enemies. The enemies need to be afraid of you. And of course, there is some DPS skill involved in, like, using cover. Like, you cut off teams. Like, you don't peek the entire team wide, but you be more closer to cover. This is a skill to know where is my tank, which flanks are open, where can I attack. There's a skill in knowing in what timing. Like, you cannot just go here and start attacking from here. You will just get forced out. But Kiriko, this is the least important because you can TP out. And this is why Kiriko is actually better DPS than DPS, because your flanks can never be punished because you can always teleport out. Like, so there is some first-person shooter skills involved. And the thing is, even if you lose the one-on-one, so like you heal a soldier, you shoot the rifle lever, you heal the soldier, you get damage, you need to port out. You port out. Yeah, you didn't kill the rifle lever, but you pressured him. That's important. And every time you pressure, there is a chance that you need to use cooldowns, they need to readjust the position, they need to maybe send someone back to deal with you to help the rifle lever. Like, every time you do this, there is a chance that the enemies need to respond. So there's a chance they over-respond, or there's a chance that you actually carry with random headshots. There's a chance, but right now there's no chance for you to carry whatsoever. This will be really my biggest tip for you. Find more aggressive angles, find your one versus ones on off angles, and make the enemies run away from you through crosshair placement and cover use and stuff. With that being said, I hope it helped. If you have any further questions, if you want a demonstration, if whatever, just feel free to ask on either Reddit or on YouTube or on Twitch, wherever you find this video. Yes, I would like any sort of feedback is appreciated. Doesn't matter if it's positive or negative. I like to read them all. And thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.